First of all, Bob Woodward is not Omarosa when it comes to credibility. He has, for many, many decades, written books that have been pretty credible about many administrations of both parties. And what he says in this as a narrative that we've heard a lot now, that the president's increasingly isolated, he's increasingly sort of erratic in his behavior. Do any of these reports coming out concern you about the Washington you might be coming into, a White House that's reportedly in chaos?
I've marched into chaos before and done my part to bring order to that chaos. And I think that's what we need more of in Washington. Leaders who understand how to make split-second decisions, life and death decisions, people who understand the tremendous weight that the people put on our elected officials, not to put their own political careers first, but to put the lives of in my case, Michiganders and all American people first.
Do you think Donald Trump understands that?
Well, you know, I do believe he does. I believe he does more so than most people who are in Washington, because he's doing something that he doesn't have to do. Man's a billionaire. He has skyscrapers walking distance from here. He didn't have to do this, but for some reason, I'll tell you, when you come to my state, and yours as well, there are people who really feel like for the first time there's someone listening to them. And regardless of your opinion of the tweets or whatever, the fact is that that's extremely empowering when you've been ignored, when you're on a farm or a factory that's been neglected or forgotten, and you finally have someone who's echoing your concerns. Neither right nor wrong, I'm just going to say honestly, it feels great to be heard when you feel like for the longest time they were saying that manufacturing jobs were a thing of the past. You just need to get over it, Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. 2% is the new normal. And when Donald Trump said that 3% is table stakes and we're going to negotiate better deals, we're going to make sure that we get this economy growing. And last quarter was 4.2% growth, and this next quarter is looking like 4.5% growth. When the unemployment rate is going down and you have people who are working, people right now, in order to keep this economy growing, what I'm seeing is we need to do something to address the labor crisis in this country. Make sure that we can invest in our K through 12 education, early childhood development, workforce development, vocational skills, and making sure that we have a regulation.
But instead the focus is on this idea of chaos in the White House, and this is what we keep hearing about in these
They're taking their eye off the ball.
What I think about when I hear chaos is I think that there are people in Washington who see the world as a certain order in the world. And President Trump comes in and he throws that out the window. And that makes a lot of those people really crazy.